Well, hello everyone. Happy Thursday and welcome to Elegant Sentiments Today. I'm Sheryl Abernathy. I'm the owner of Elegant Sentiments, and this is our weekly card share number 64. So thank you so much for stopping by to watch my video for this week. I hope that it's been a wonderful week for you, and we are going to be crafting a lovely card with some Spellbinders products today. So the products that I have actually are the Emerald Cut labels and tags cutting die set. And I have the BetterPress press plate and die set. This is really nice. You can either foil or BetterPress uh, or press these floral images, and then they have the dies to cut them out. So these are those. And then for my sentiments, I'm using the You Are Everything sentiments. And this is another press plate and die. And I like this one again because it has one plate and it cuts out all these sentiments. So you can go one time, you can ink it up and press it, or you can foil it. So I'm doing some hot foiling again this week. So these are the core products that we're going to use for today's card. And I'm actually working on, I have to do some sympathy cards. So I decided to use these products to get that done. So here is a sample of the card that we're going to be using. I've got some silver foil on here and some brown cardstock. This cardstock is from Stampin' Up, and it is their early espresso, and I'm using the silver foil. So this is a sample of the card. I'm going to use different colors for the card this evening, but that's the design that we're going to use. Let me bring in my Spellbinders Glimmer Hot Foil System. I've got it heating up already, and hopefully it'll be ready in another minute or so here. And we will go ahead and get started. We're waiting for the platform ready sign to light up. Once that lights up green, then that lets us know that our plate is hot and ready for us to add our foil. So I'm going to be using the regular gold foil. This is the regular gold foil. Hi, is that Marisha? How are you? Happy Thursday, and thank you for joining. And so I'm going to be using, if I mispronounce your name, I'm very sorry. Just, you can correct me in the comments if you need to. So I'm going to go ahead and trim out this foil, and I tend to be a little wasteful, I suppose. I could be more exact in my cutting, but I tend to save my little extra pieces anyway, and sometimes I'll use those. Oh, good. I'm glad I pronounced it right. So I have my foil. So when you're doing hot foiling, you always want the shiny side of your foil to go onto the image part. So the shiny part will go down whenever that platform is ready. And then the other part that is that goes with the hot foiling. Okay, so we're ready to go. But these are the two plates that we use. We have a heat sensitive plate, and then we have a regular cutting plate, and these will go on top of the image. So I'll go ahead and put this foil down onto the hot foil plate. I'm telling you, if you don't have a hot foil, you got to have it. I love it. It took me a while to decide to go ahead and get one, but I'm so glad that I did, because you can just get some gorgeous products and gorgeous projects completed very easily using this system. So, and it's it's pricey, but it's well worth it. And a lot of companies these days are making press plates, and you can use press plates to um, either use the BetterPress system or you can hot foil with them. And I found that the BetterPress plates actually foil beautifully, better than some hot um, uh, foiling plates sometimes. So let's see, we're just waiting for our timer to finish heating, and then once that's ready, we'll put down our cardstock. I've got some Stampin' Up! Cardstock again. This one is Mossy Meadow, and it is a nice green. So we've got our cardstock down there, and we'll just go ahead and pull this out and run it through our die cut machine. I've got a Platinum 6 over here. I'm off camera, but I'll run that through. And bring it back in. Yeah, I love my Glimmer system, Marisha. It's wonderful. Okay, so here we go. And we can just pull that off. And there is our gorgeous foiled floral. And then you can keep this, and I keep these and then I reuse them on a solid plate. You can refoil, so don't ever throw those away. You can always use them. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. I'll turn that down, and then I'm going to bring in my dies from the Emerald Cut die, and I'm going to just cut this. I just want that image as centered as I can get it within this octagon. I like this shape. I guess I don't know if it's an octagon. I don't know what it is, but I like it. I like that shape. Okay, where's my tape? Here it is. And I like to tape it down just so that it doesn't move when I run it through my die cut machine, because I really want it to be where I have it. So let me bring in got to switch out my plates here on my die cutting machine. And I'll run this through real quick. I'll be right back in camera in just a second. I'm forever trying to die cut without angling my dies, and the machine does not like that. Okay, there we go. And try my little pokey tool. Just actually pull that up and it'll be fine. Don't even need it. There we go. So we have that piece. And then I'm going to use a piece of gold foil for my backing for this one. And this is it's the size that's just larger than this one. So this is in the die set. This is die number 3, and the die that I used to cut this one is die number 4 if you go from the largest to the smallest in that die set. So let me find, where did I put my piece of foil? I know I had a piece cut somewhere. Well, who knows what I did with it. So let me just bring in my oh, here it is, I think. Yeah. So here it is. This is a piece of Spellbinders mirror gold cardstock. They have matte or matte. It's not matte. It's actually called brushed and mirror. And this is the mirror. I wanted the mirror because it's nice and shiny because of the gold foiling that we used. I want to try to keep those colors as close together as possible. But they do have a matte gold foil and the matte gold paper. So if the matte foils are more to your liking, you can use those. Okay, so this is going to matte on there like that, but I want to raise that up and add some ribbon. So I'm using, instead of white cardstock for this one, I'm using a cream color cardstock. And what I want to do, since I'm using ribbon, I'm going to put this on first, and then I'll add my ribbon, and then I'll put my foiled image onto the two panels, and I'll just use I'll use some foam tape to adhere that to this to give it a little bit of dimension between the foil backing and the die cut piece. Put that down there. There we go. And then I've got some gold ribbon here, and this is Stampin' Up. I used to, years ago, I was a Stampin' Up demonstrator, so I have lots of Stampin' Up products. I like their products too. So we're going to just trim some of this and put this down. And I like this design. Is really simple, and when you're doing monochrome cards like these, all you have to do is change out the card color and the foil color, and you've got a different let's see. Now I do want to see kind of where this ribbon is going to be. It's not going to be exact, but I do want the ribbon to be kind of close to where I'm going to put a bow. So it doesn't have to be exact, like I said, but I want it in the general vicinity at least. I didn't want it way up there, away from my where my bow is going to be. So this is kind of close enough for what we're doing. And get that down. And you didn't have to use the ribbon. You can just put the die cut straight on there, because it's really pretty enough by itself, to be honest. So I think I got that fairly straight. All right, then I'll go ahead and add this to my card base. And then this is an A2 size card, so I've cut this piece 1/8 inch smaller all around. And fumble fingers today. I said today like I'm not every day. It's funny, but I'm more fumblier than usual, I should say. Okay. And then we'll put that down. Like that. And a lot of times you'll see like I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there are marks in my foil. But I don't care about that because I know I'm covering it. But if you do care about that, you want to make sure to put a piece of copy paper or something in between your foil and your plate. And then that way you won't get those little marks on your. So I'm going to go ahead and add some foam adhesive. I'll trim that off. I got it a little bit too long. And then I think I'll use 2, except I was crooked. Okay, so we're going to cut this down. on the side and the length, just to be sure that I'm not running over onto the trim, because I don't want this to show through that trim. And trim that off. This one is so quick and easy, which most of my cards, if you've watched me for a while, you know, if it's too complicated, you're not going to see it on my channel. I like easy and elegant. That's kind of my style. So we'll put this here. Make sure it's, my fingers sometimes have me thinking it's straight, and then I move my fingers and it's not straight. Okay, that looks pretty decent. And then we'll go ahead and make a bow using our ribbon. Just cut off some and get this out of the way. Uh-oh. I can't tell. I just lost. Okay. There. I lost everybody for a minute. I was like, oh gosh, I hope I didn't boot anybody off. I don't know what I did. Maybe it was just a system glitch, but it looks like we're still live, so I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to make a bow here. Okay, I think that's about the size that I want. And we'll go ahead and trim that off. And we'll put our bow down. But before I do that, I want to add my sentiments. So I did go ahead and I hot foiled several different sentiments. Well, I did the whole plate. So I think that I'll do another sympathy card. So I chose happy anniversary and I'm so sorry. So I think I'll use sympathy for this one, since I'm doing sympathy cards. And I'll put that down right about there. Just want to make sure that my sentiment is straight. Oops. It's got my fingers, glue on my fingers. And then I will use some glue dot to adhere my bow. And let's see here. Here are my glue dots. And we'll just take one. And add it to the card. And that's how easy it is to create this card. Very quick, very easy. And here's another one that I did in the green. This one is a happy birthday. And for this one, I just embossed a I use the Stylized Lattice 3D embossing folder by Spellbinders, and everything else that I did is the same. I used the vanilla cardstock and the same ribbon. And this one I had going in the different direction. And then I did another sympathy that is just, it's cream on, it's white on white, and I use the Stylized Lattice embossing folder, and I rub the top of it with some rose rich gold wax by Lisa Horton Crafts, and then I die cut it out, and then just made the flower, the center of the flower, a little more accentuated. And then for the sentiment, I just double cut. I used a piece of brown cardstock and cut 2 pieces so that it would stand out a little more on the white background. And then I've got a small layer of gold and then the early espresso. So those are the cards. I thank you so much for stopping by. If you liked the video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up, and be sure to check me out on Wednesdays at elegantsentiments.com. I have a blog, and I post once a week on Wednesday, and I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic week and live graciously. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.